21 degrees outside, and we are still, of course, going to feel that as we have just a completely clear sky. So we've been allowed to cool down as much as possible. Northwest wind at 10 miles per hour, not exactly making it comfortable. But let's talk about yesterday for a brief moment. Des Moines, Sheridan, Centerville, Ottumwa, Lamoni, Creston, Oskaloosa, essentially the southern half, all got to just above freezing yesterday. Everywhere else stayed below freezing, but it felt like the mid to low 20s for the entire day. We had a northwest wind sitting between 10 and 15 miles per hour, making it a very cold setting. And this is what we were just mentioning. This is the part of winter that we always kind of try to not remember too much, unfortunately. But what we have right now is the low 20s to upper teens with a feel-like temperature that's sitting just at double digits, with the majority of us actually sitting below that. Newton's down to 9, Marshalltown's at 7, Fort Dodge down to 8 degrees for a wind chill. So for today, it's sunny, but it's still cold. We get the southwest wind, but we still only climb to maybe the mid and upper 30s. So we have a lot of good factors going towards us. It just won't pay off until we get to, I'd call it, Wednesday. Now, the front has passed. Look at a visible satellite. All of this you see off to the northwest is not moving. That is still fresh snowfall. Well, probably hard to call it fresh at this point, but all of this snowfall on the ground still gives radiational cooling, and the wind has died down a bit. So these temperatures are going to stay colder today until that snowfall can melt. Spencer's not even looking at getting above freezing until maybe tomorrow. But looking at tomorrow afternoon when we can finally start to see this setup favor us, we've got the mid-50s. The wind will move out of the southwest today and then slowly drift back towards the west and northwest. Now, this is what we're going to see a lot of this week, is the wind still drifting back towards the northwest, but still allowing us to warm up. Now, at this point, any kind of snowfall off towards the northwest has at least melted away. So we get to the mid-50s on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, seeing better improvement, not even getting down deep into the 30s for Wednesday morning. In that afternoon, more clouds will start to settle in. We get to the mid-50s, but we start looking at what's coming our way next, which will be at least a better shot at rainfall. But for this morning, doggy Doppler, not exactly a great setup for any kind of dog walks. Now, we've got 22 degrees this morning. Hesitate with that one. I know if it was my dog, he would not want to go outside at all, and even at 31 for lunch. Just make sure we've got all the layers on. Now, after that, we should be okay. This evening before bed, leave that up to you. But Grayson, he's a 1-year-old terrier. He's at the Animal Rescue League Services. This guy's ready. He wants to get adopted. He wants to come home with you. Now, going into the rest of the week for how it feels, because that's what we really have to focus on, is, of course, the mid-30s and wind chill still sitting in the upper 20s. We get to Tuesday morning, a little bit of an improvement as we're in the mid-30s. Still a cold setting. Now we get to Tuesday afternoon, we can start looking at a much better setup. But if we're at the bus stop, it's cold. Grab the good jacket, stay inside as much as you can. Then we get to the middle of this week, and we can put all this winter behind us. Even the 70s by Saturday, that of course is coming with a cold front, and we've got rainfall moving in with it.